Hello, I'm Otto, and welcome to episode 27 of my Factorio Space Age Guide. So in the last episode, we set up advanced oil processing, and now we have light oil and heavy oil coming out along with petroleum gas. We also set up lubricant. We set up converting heavy oil into light oil and converting light oil into petroleum gas. So in this episode, we are going to be making some electric engine units. So we need to get some research going before we do that. We need the electric engine units. I guess at this point too, we can probably start adding in a couple of things. We can add in, let's do the inserters, mining productivity. Let's see. This one will be a little bit slow, so we'll just go with that one too. Sure. And then that will keep us going for a bit. So we need to get some more supplies. I definitely need some more assemblers, for sure. Probably some more, that's mostly what we need, is just assemblers. Let's take a whole stack and just put the rest back. And our electric engine unit research is complete. Okay, let's go do the build. Okay, so we're gonna need to bring in quite a few items, and some of which will be made on site once we get down there. I still haven't decided if I'm gonna do a second red circuit build, so we'll start here. So we're gonna need to bring in 3 rows, and let's see what we need. So let's get our measuring stick out. So our bottom row needs to, at best or at the lowest, be there, whatever that might be. So let's take a look at what we need. Electric engine units. So we need green circuits, we need engine units, and we need lubricant. So we're going to start out by bringing in green circuits on this belt. And to be able to make the engine units, we need steel, we need gears, and we need pipe. So the second belt is going to be gears and steel. And for pipe, we've done this before. We need some iron plates. So we're going to bring in iron plates here. And we're going to do the same thing that we did with this build. We're just going to have iron plates be the most right belt, and then the pipes will feed off of that belt and then feed the rest of the build. Okay, so how are we going to set this up? So we need, we're going to have, okay, so we're going to need to leave room for pipes. And then those pipes will then feed onto a belt. We're going to need more space than that. Okay, so, and we're probably going to move a lot of this around, so don't get caught up on this just yet. So these will feed onto this belt here. That will allow us to bring in the steel and the gears. So that means that this, I probably don't need to go that far. So the steel and the gears are going to come up through here. And then they will branch off in this direction and then be allowed to continue on. So that covers everything that we need for engines. So what do we... we're going to do 6 wide. And then from here, yeah, we're gonna need some more space. These will be engines. Let's just set it here. Set it here for now and see like what our ratio is. So, the engines make 0.07 per second, and the electric engines need 0.07 per second. So this is going to be a direct feed. I think we're going to have lubricant here. So this is going to be something like this. 6 wide. So all of this needs to go up just a little bit. That? Sure. Since this needs green circuits, we are going to need to get some green circuits in. And then once the engine units make their item, they are going to feed directly into the electric engines. So then we're going to also need green circuits in here. So this can go... And this is why I need to do ghosts. That is not far enough back. So we need here. This will go underground here. Wait a minute. And then this will continue on. Like that. Actually... I have a little bit of an idea. So we're going to bring this only on the bottom half. This is going to be green circuits. Green circuits are going to split into here, and it's going to put it on the bottom half of this belt, and it will be allowed to go through. The engines will come from here. The lubricant, we're going to get out over probably like this. Yeah, something like that. And then this will continue on. And I think we're just going to put the electric motors right back onto these. And then our outfeed section. What we're going to do is we are going to filter this for electric engines. Let's do... I guess it doesn't matter which side, but I'm going to do the right side. And then this can then merge with the rest coming out from the pieces above. Okay, so that is basically our build. We're going to make 24 assemblers that make the electric engine units, so I need to multiply this a few times. Let's just copy, not cut. Alright, so we're going to copy that. We're going to copy... I guess most of this I can probably just vertically flip. Of course I did that. But it's going to be different here. So the green circuit is going to need to be more like that. Because we want it on the opposite side. So it's going to go on the top side here. And that will allow the electric engines to go out on the bottom side. And then let's just copy this one. And it is going to look something like that. To get the engines, we are going to... we'll just give them fast inserters there, and then they can get the long hand inserters from here. Is that how I want this set up? We are also going to need to get power in here at some point. I think, so if we use the substation, we can probably cover most of this. But then I'm going to have to move the inserters. So if I did that, that is not going to work. Would this work? So we're going to miss out on these over here, and that's fine. And then like that. Look at that area coverage. That is fantastic. So that covers every single one except for these over here. We can probably just use... We'll just use the regular... That will cover everything there. That will cover everything there. And then this can continue on. Okay. I believe that is what our build is going to look like. Wait a minute. That's underground here. This is underground to continue on there. Alright, and that is half of our build. Let's just copy all of this. Oh, wait. Yep, that will work. Awesome. These are crafting 1.5 per second, and these will need nowhere near 1.5 per second. So it's a little... Like, we almost could have made all of these engines with just one of these. We're just going to do two. You know what? If it makes too much, that's fine. It'll just back up a little bit. There is nothing wrong with that. Okay, so let's copy this. Probably there. And the... That's going to work perfectly. And we'll just put that in a central spot. Okay. This substation is not connected to anything. Can I squeeze... Oh, that is going to be so janky. Do I actually want to do that? No, there's no easy way to connect this. That one got lucky and connected here. Alright. It just had to mess up my build. It is what it is. And I believe that is coverage for everything here. Awesome. Okay, let's start stamping this down. So what do we need all of these for? The thing that we're going to need electric motors for the most is probably flying robot frames. So this is all working towards robots. It's also working towards other sciences. Because you need the... you need the flying... Oh my gosh. There. You need the flying robot frames for yellow science. Did we seriously just run out? How many did I need? 53. I missed it by 2? Wait, I thought I had 50. Where's the... 50... No. Okay, 52. Alright. Yeah, what was I saying? We need the fly... Oh my goodness, and me, like, just stamping down on top of everything. Okay. We need the flying robot frames for yellow science. But even aside from that, there's a couple things that we need electric engine units for. One of them is Well, they make a lot of the, like, power armor, I think needs them. I think power armor Mark II needs them as well. Exoskeletons need them. Let's just take a look real quick. Alt click. Yep, power armor rank 2 or Mark II. The exoskeleton, and then a lot of the components that we need for space platforms and spaceships. They're basically the same thing. Making a rocket silo, we need it for them. And eventually the big mining drill that we get from Volcanus. Okay, so where were we? And I think we're only going to bring in maybe half a belt of this. Like, we don't need a full belt coming in because we only need 0.15 per machine. So even if we expanded this, we're going to be nowhere near bringing in like full belts. Let me get the splitters and undergrounds out of the way. That'll make setting this up a bit easier. Probably not actually, because I got a couple things that turn in different directions. Man, that is really unfortunate that this had to be like that. Just didn't want to play nice. These I can just run down. Yeah, putting electric engines on the bus was not exactly something that people did before, and to be honest, I don't know how many people actually do that nowadays. Oops. Wait, what was that? What did I just do? I need... Sometimes I wish these ghosts would follow the same logic as an item that was placed, but I understand. I get it. I can run out of long hands? No. Now we should be able to just drag this through. Oh, hey, look, they fixed the bug. I guess that was maybe something else they did in 2.0 point... Oh, I don't even know what the 2.0.47. So if you don't know what I mean by they fixed the bug, so there's a bug that when you dragged something and it had a ghost underground and a ghost underground going underground and coming back above ground, it would not create the second one, and now it does. That is fantastic. It was it was more like an irritation, really. Like, it wasn't like, oh, I'm never gonna be able to play this game because it's ruining everything, but it was definitely an annoyance. Oh my gosh, I just did it again. Inserters first, got it. So all these need power, so... And I have not connected everything. There's probably someone screaming in the chat, ah, you missed some inserters! There, Everything is powered. Awesome. Okay. Is there anything? Yes, there's some up top that have not been connected yet. Or sorry, that we have not placed yet. And this top leg, we're leaving it there just in case we ever wanted to expand. Like if we ever have a situation where we're like, oh no, we're not creating enough electric motors, then we can always expand this build. That's the nice thing about the way that I've been setting these builds up is it seems like a lot of them are going to be pretty expandable. The reason why I left the section open for the red is because we cannot really expand this one unless we had blue belts, in which case we could add like 50% extra, which now that I look at it would be like it would be a little weird. Maybe not. Okay, so let's get these in. So we need green circuits. Oh, we're gonna need to move all of this down. Oh, and look at all of the stuff that I have not picked up yet. Please don't fill my inventory. Awesome. Okay, so what do we need for sure? We need gears for sure. We need iron plates. Good thing I grabbed extra belts, that's for sure. Oh, so close to bots. Once we get bots, then I don't have to do any of this anymore. But the downside is, even though I don't have to do that anymore, I will have to deal with them coming and building stuff that I've ghosted. So that'll make blueprinting a little bit more difficult. Ah, it is what it is. Right, so we needed green circuits. What else did we need? We needed steel. Steel was here. Catch that on the way back. That is just a big nothing. We ended that belt a while ago. Okay, so let's get some of this in here. So we need green circuits. And like I said, I'm only gonna do half a belt of green circuits. So I'm gonna attempt to continue to use the way that I was doing things and not invade the central sections. Why did green circuits not come through here? That is because it is not connected back here. Perfect. Go me. Okay. So the way that we're going to set this up is we are going to use a splitter 2 sections back. This is going to go under. This is going want half a belt. It's going like that, and this will go underneath all of that. Because this goes through, this goes through, this gets split off here. And in there. Let's make sure that this is going to go on the right side. Sorry, the correct side, not necessarily the left or right side. Yep, we need that on the bottom. And we need that one on the top. And we did not give ourselves an input for these guys. Alright, so let me do that real quick. Still missing one down here. Whew, at least it still worked with the substation. That's what really matters. Okay, so now we need steel and gears. So I probably should not have brought all of this in because we're going to need to remove some of it anyways. So gears. Nope, it's going to have to be like that because I want this to go underground here. The gears can come and be on this side. This will then be steel. And steel, we will have to make sure to get in on this side. I do not have any positional requirements for any of these, so... Yep. Alright, steel. Okay, so steel... we're gonna bump this one up 1. And steel will be just like that. Double check, because I mean, the last time I set something up like this, it was what, military science, and I messed up the iron and the coal. Yeah, go me. And then iron plates. Well, that just kind of ruined everything, didn't it? If I allow this to go through. Sure, it works for me. This is going to get a left input or a left output priority, and then the rest of these will also input priority to the left. The green circuits needs to do the same thing. This is going to be a right priority because it's coming out on the right hand side, and then all of the rest of these can have input priority or output priority on the left. Okay, and that is our electric engines build. Oh, we need, hold on. We need lubricant. Lubricant was somewhere in the middle here. Let's just go find it. Ah, down here. Right, we didn't put anything there. Okay, I'm good. Alright, so let's get this down there, and then that should be all we need. We will be crafting at that point. Better fix that. I'm gonna be blaming myself for running into that with the car later. Okay, let's make sure everything is crafting. These are all crafting. These are all crafting. We have electric engines coming out. Yay. Okay, it doesn't look like I messed anything up. Whew. All right. Let's see what else we can get going for. We need to get robots very soon. So let's go ahead and get that. Military 3. So military 3 is going to unlock some fun stuff. That's going to allow us to get the tank. And the tank is lots of fun. We're gonna go with stronger explosives as well. We're gonna need to do some cleaning up of the biters soon-ish. maybe very soonish. And I've kind of scouted, like I did scout down here a little bit, and just didn't save it. So I know that we're kind of in the clear for at least a little bit. All right, let's move this closer. Where did we have engine units? Let's check our mock-up. So we need on the second to last belt down here. And actually, I kind of think... No. We do need to split it. There will be some going in both directions. Yay, there we go. Okay. At some point, we can connect this to all of the stuff that we need to connect it to. For now, we're just going to drag it down the line. Okay, so that pretty much wraps up this episode. That's fine. Okay, so, in the next episode, what are we going to be doing? I think we might be talking about bots, finally. You know what? Yeah, let's do bots next episode. Well, okay, well, we're going to start the process of bots. There's going to be a lot to explain with bots, so I might, based on my last guide, I might end up working on some bot stuff leading up to bots, like setting up the... I think we need to set up batteries. So next episode we will set up batteries. We're going to talk a lot about bots. We are probably going to have a two-part because I need to set up another build for the actual bots. Yeah, so if you've been enjoying my content, you know what to do. And that is it for me. I will see you in the next episode.